TVC News, Lagos.
Now joining me now to discuss this further is the chairperson of the Nigerian Optometric Association Lagos chapter, Dr. Gloria Okoye-Ogulu. Good to have you on the news at this time. So we understand that reports show that about more than 1.2 million Nigerians now are said to have glaucoma, which is the leading cause of irreversible blindness. And we also understand that these are either untreated rather, or undiagnosed. But what can be done to reverse this trend?
Thank you for having me. As a matter of fact, Dr. Shunayevon put it aptly that the only way we can reverse this trend is early detection. And early detection can only come about when people make the efforts to go to the eye clinics to have their eyes checked on time. That's why one of the key things we emphasize every time we talk about glaucoma is for people to make it a point of duty to endeavor to have regular eye exam at least once a year. Because that's the only way that the doctor can have the eyes checked, can look at the back of the eye. He mentioned fundoscopy, can check the eye pressure, check the visual field. Because glaucoma is actually a group of eye diseases, that causes damage to the optic nerve. So the only way we can actually reverse the trend is for people to make a conscious effort, to be intentional about it, knowing that it causes irreversible blindness. That is why we say that it is actually, we're ensuring that we put preventive measure in place because it's avoidable blindness.
Absolutely.
Avoidable blindness if detected on time. But more often than not, we find that people come in at the end stage, which makes it difficult to have a good program.
Yeah, I'm glad you also mentioned preventive medicine, which is part of what we need to discuss here, because we understand that our health system is believed to exacerbate a situation where we have reports of poor health facilities and, of course, lack of quality health professionals adding to this challenge already. But what kind of policy changes now do you think needs to be adopted now to ensure everyone have access to proper eye care?
Thank you. Now, one of the things I can say the government is putting in place is ensuring that there's a widespread of health facilities, like the primary health care centers, aside the general hospitals. So in that case, you're having a lot of people, even in underserved community, having access to this. However, it may not be enough because it may not be far-reaching, to those in very remote places. So that is the reason why the advocacy is on continuously for the government to prioritize it, to ensure that they continue to replicate these health centers in as many communities as possible, such that people can now access it, because from the primary healthcare centers, it's also affordable for them. Likewise, us in the private sectors and other as a healthcare association, eye care association, we are championing the campaign to see that we create and raise the awareness for the public, to the public to know that they also have a responsibility. It's one thing for the government to make these things available, it's another thing for people to embrace it. I can tell you for free that there are a lot of primary healthcare centers that have been established, at least in Lagos for now, such that for those who cannot go to the general hospital, they have the primary healthcare centers and also the private clinics they can access.
All right, and that's where we have to leave it for now. Thank you so much, Dr. Gloria Okoye-Ogulu, Chairperson, Nigerian Optometric Association, Lagos chapter. We appreciate your insights on the news at this time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's quickly go on a very quick break and return in just a moment. Stay with us.